Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Hey there, fellow true crime aficionados. We're the host of Bad Acts, a true crime podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Aaron.
Join us every Thursday for twisted true crime tales of dark deeds and despicable people. We focus on lesser known, unique stories with a new case each week. We've covered family annihilators, cannibals, revenge killings, killer kids, mysterious murders, survivor stories, and much more. We've even tackled stories of people who blamed zombies, vampires, ghosts, and voodoo for their bad acts.
Of course, we know they're the only ones to blame. You can find us everywhere you get your podcast, or you can visit our website at badaxpod.com.
If you like fresh stories and new perspectives on crime, Bad Acts will be your new jam. Join Bad Acts every Thursday. Stay safe, y'all.
See you soon.
All right, I think I hacked in. We're on the air? Shh, security's outside. But how's my hair? It's a radio station. Psst, psst. You guys hear about the Beyond the Shadows podcast with Ryan and Scott? You guys into paranormal? What about true crime? How about UFOs and cryptids? We also have mad hauntings. We got security. No, we don't. We're not big enough to need it yet. No, we got security.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Get out of here!
Listen to the Beyond the Shadows podcast.
Beyond the
Totally
Shadows!
worth it.
Welcome to the Brutal, Bizarre, and Boozy podcast. I'm Declan, the son.
And I'm Jane, the mom. This is the podcast where we talk about brutal crimes, bizarre occurrences, and get you drunk with cocktails themed around one of our stories. To lighten things up, we'd like to end our time with a chaser. Please keep in mind some of our stories might be upsetting to young or sensitive ears.
We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to contact us by email or social media. You can find our contact info in the show notes for this episode. If you'd like to support us through Patreon, you can find us there at Brutal, Bizarre, and Boozy podcast, or use the link in our show notes. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for joining us for this, how do I call it, reinstatement of our monthly happy hour.
Happy hour.
Yeah, we talk about
Patreon.
some interesting stories we've seen throughout the month, and we kind of just read the articles. We don't prepare a script or anything. We just kind of come up with it as it comes. But
You wanted to say free ballin'.
yeah, I realize that's not the right term though. But yeah, we're free balling this episode.
Okay. We're just going to... Happy hour is a little bit of a different format.
Freebasing is like, yeah.
Yeah, we're not
It's like
freebasing
freebasing,
anything.
a little bit of a different format.
This is a Patreon exclusive episode where we just hang out and have some drinks and shoot the shit over weird stuff that we've seen in the news or we've seen or we've read or whatever. So
What kind
thanks
of
to
article
our...
you got for us, Mom?
I've
got some interesting shit, but
you got some interesting stuff to chit chat about, stuff that I don't know about. But so the article that the news story that I found recently, this happened in New York, more specifically East Shoreham, New York, where this homeowner was getting ready to get his pool ready for the season. End of May, time for the holiday, welcoming in the, Memorial Day. Gonna get summer kicked off by getting your pool ready.
Yeah.
And this guy goes to take the protective cover off his swimming pool, and there's a body inside.
Ooh. Usually just find like dead frogs and stuff, but bodies,
not a
very interesting.
dead human body. So police have identified the body as belonging to 23-year-old Matthew Zoll. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Zoll. And he was wanted. He's been wanted for about 6 months.
Did he run from the cops and hide in this dude's pool?
Maybe. They're not quite sure how he got in the pool, why he was in the pool, but police were looking for him because they think he killed his dad. So he was wanted for murder.
Okay.
And he was fleeing from the cops, I guess. There was a single vehicle crash that he was involved in on the night of the murder, and then he disappeared after that.
So he
And
crashed into like a tree or something and left his vehicle.
yeah,
Single
he got
vehicle
involved
crash.
in
So he
a
crashed. Okay.
crash, and somehow he ended up in this guy's pool, and he died in the pool, and he's been there for 6 months.
How do you not smell that?
Well,
For 6 months in your backyard, you come out and you're like, God, it stinks. You just
but maybe there was a lot of
look at.
snow, and so it just like
I'm
froze. I
trying to
don't
think.
know.
Like, it was an in-ground pool, right? Not a above ground.
It doesn't
Because
say.
maybe above ground. Like, I'm thinking like all the in-ground pools I've seen that have covers, it like sucks down to the water. Like, you'd be able
Yeah.
to see if there was a body floating in that under that
Not
cover thing.
necessarily. I don't
But if
know.
it's an above ground pool and you put a cover over it, I feel like there's some space maybe. Because like
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is like the big drag out. It's like a giant tarp that kind of sinks down into the water and covers the water that way.
Yeah.
But
They
like,
don't show a picture of the pool, so I don't know if it was above ground or not. And
'cause
they
if it's
didn't
above ground, I feel like you'd have to walk up to the pool to see the body floating in it. But like if it's in ground, you'd be able to see it just looking in your backyard.
maybe,
Like,
I don't know, unless there was like a lower water line, because a lot of times you partially drain the pool to prepare it for winter.
that reminds me of when Bat died in Fox's pool, or not Fox, Kathy's pool when
Oh,
she used to
yeah.
babysit me. There's a bat that died in there, and we couldn't swim in the pool for like a week, and I was so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Bat got caught in the netting of the pool. Ugh,
Ew. Yikes.
I hate bats.
Yeah, I'm not
Ugh.
we get bats all the time, on our balcony, and they like to cling to the sliding glass door screen, the screen for the door,
Ugh.
and it's
Oh,
spooky, but we were just
oh.
talking the other night how we have learned bats don't like stinky stuff, so we put like eucalyptus
You
oil
put
on cotton
garlic and
balls. What?
you put garlic out on your
No, not
vampires.
garlic, but that is funny. That's hilarious. No, we do eucalyptus and peppermint on, like, cotton
Oh yeah,
balls, and then
I
just
heard that works for like other rodents and
bugs
ants
and
and shit like
nasty
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how well it works. Vinegar works pretty good actually. If you don't have any specific bug repellent, like we get earwigs in this apartment that I'm moving out of.
yeah.
Like this time of year, there's earwigs everywhere. I found one inside the paper towel roll today. Like they're super annoying. But if you cover the doorways and shit with vinegar, like mixture of vinegar and water,
Oh,
like it keeps
that's
bugs
smart.
away if you don't have that specific repellent. Vinegar works
Okay,
for fucking everything. Vinegar is
that's
great,
true.
but
It's a good cleaner.
it has to be distilled vinegar, not like apple cider that'll get
Apple
moldy
cider's
and
no
shit.
good?
Like, yeah,
Oh,
I don't think so. I've only used
mm,
distilled vinegar though, because it's a cleaning agent and a
yeah.
pickling agent. Like, it's such a weird thing, but
Yeah, apple cider vinegar might not go well because 'cause it's got, like, a good apple cider vinegar has the mother
has the
in it, which
mother
has
in it.
got, like, the
Yeah,
chunks and stuff. You probably don't
no,
wanna
you
be
need
leaving that
distilled.
out.
That shit.
Yeah.
I forget
That's
what we
true.
were. We're talking about bats.
We were talking about bodies in a pool, and then we were
Oh
talking about
yeah, and how?
bats and how you
Sorry,
can
I got
keep
derailed.
bats away from your stuff by putting up stinky stuff. Hey, we
Yeah,
forgot to talk
bats are
about
gross.
what we're drinking. What are you drinking today?
Square Mile Cider Co. Imperial Tropical Punch Cider.
Tropical Punch cider.
It
I
just
probably wouldn't
tastes like
like it.
normal apple cider. It's
Yeah,
whatever. It's okay.
I'm not a cider drinker because it all tastes the same to me.
It does. It kind of just tastes like wine. But what are you drinking?
Yeah, it's dry. I don't like it. I am going with the mint julep lately. That's kind of been my go-to the last few weeks.
Do you put on a
Have a
big
bunch
hat
of
when you
mint.
drink it?
What's that?
Do you put on a big hat,
I
like
do
a
not.
Kentucky 500 hat?
I do not do
What is it?
Kentucky 500,
Is that
Kentucky Derby.
the Kentucky Derby? I'm
Yeah.
thinking of like
You're
a
thinking of
NASCAR
race
race.
car. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Indianapolis
the Indy
500.
500.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go. Sure. Same thing,
it's
just
like
with
that for
horses.
horses, right? Yeah.
Well, there's horsepower going on in both races, right?
If I get rich, I want to buy one of those like fake horse racing machines that they had at that casino in
Oh,
Vegas.
at the casino.
I want one so bad. If I could just like it doesn't it's just gonna be the same quarters in rotation, just betting on them. But like
Right.
that little thing was fun.
Keep you entertained for a little while.
Yeah. What was it? Did you watch that movie that was about the robbery, about robbing the Indy 500, or not the Indy,
No.
the Kentucky Derby?
No.
It's called, I think it's Logan Lucky with
Oh, maybe I
the
did
dude that
then.
plays Daniel Craig, I think. Is that the guy that plays James Bond?
One of them, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it's got Daniel Craig and that big nose motherfucker looks like me.
You don't have a big nose. Oh,
I know,
Adam
but he looks
Driver.
like me if I had Adam Driver. Yeah, he's got the long hair and same facial hair
Yeah.
as me, so it looks like yeah, Adam Driver
Daniel
and Daniel
Craig.
Craig, and it's about them stealing all the money from the Kentucky Derby. It's a
I may
pretty
have
decent movie.
seen it. I probably
I
have.
watched it. I think I watched it 4 times before I actually watched it because when I
It was
went to
just on.
I saw it 3 times in the movie, but I smoked weed before the movie, so I just fell asleep as soon as I
Oh,
got in there. So
night
I
time.
watched it. I tried to watch it 3 times in the movies and just fell asleep each time. But yeah, it's a really good movie.
Crazy. Do you have a weird article story to talk about?
I have some. My main one is a $900,000 settlement that a dude won from a California town based on
Oh.
shitty interrogation. But
Oh
I just kind of want to
no.
highlight some key points in the Diddy trial that's going on right now.
Okay. I don't read the news. I don't pay attention to it. So I have no idea what's going on with that trial.
He's getting tried for sex trafficking, larceny, or not larceny, racketeering.
Oh.
Uh, he's not getting charged with assault, which I think is weird because there's video of him beating up his ex-girlfriend Cassie.
Ooh.
But
Why isn't he
like
getting charged
it's
with assault for
bad.
that? Lesser charge, and they were like, go for
I
the
have
big
no
stuff.
idea. I have no idea. He's getting charged with some gnarly stuff, but for the past month, he's been at trial, and uh, let's see. He so his ex-girlfriend came on the stand and was saying that he would often He would hire male prostitutes to have sex with his girlfriend while he watched, and she would rub their cum on his nipples.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
Remember,
this is the
we're
same
not
girl that
yucking
he beat up
anyone's
on
yum,
camera.
Declan.
Yeah,
We don't yuck
I
anyone's
just think it's
yum.
crazy that the same dude that tried to kill multiple other rappers is getting nut rubbed on his chest.
Well,
Um, so another rapper named Kid Cudi also came on to stand and said that Diddy broke into his house and opened all his family's Christmas presents the day before Christmas.
that
This is like the Grinch.
for real.
Uh, I
What's the purpose of that? Was
make
he
someone mad, I
high?
guess. I just make him sad. No, probably. I mean, I don't know, but
There's
he's
got to be something going on that make you think I'm gonna. Mm,
he's a billionaire. Like, I think he's
yeah,
a billionaire at least. Like, he's extremely rich.
he's
Why is he
wealthy.
breaking into people's house? And yeah,
Did he
he's
have a
wealthy.
beef with this
He
guy?
owns Ciroc. It was another rapper, so probably like I'm sure they got into an argument or whatever. But
That's
because he
pretty
also had a
petty.
label, and he owns Ciroc. Like Diddy's
Yeah.
a very fucking influential person, and I think there's like people that have died because he paid people to knock him off. That's why
Oh.
he's getting charged of racketeering. Like
Oh.
I think there was issues with him and Biggie, and yeah. Anyways, but I'm gonna get to my real story about how this California man was forced to uh, he was forced to confess to a murder that didn't happen.
A murder didn't happen, or he didn't commit the murder?
It didn't happen.
It didn't.
So
Okay.
yeah, in August 2018 in Fontana, California, uh, Tom Perez called the local police on a non-emergency line to report his elderly father missing. So
Okay.
Tom and his father lived together because they had both been divorced. So they got a house together and they had a dog.
Okay.
Um, so Tom's dad leaves with the dog to go what he thought was to go look for the mail. He was just going out to the mailbox, but then
Okay.
dog came back an hour later without the dad.
No dad. How old is
Yeah.
dad?
Um, I have to
How
cut
old
this
is
up. I
Tom?
don't know for sure.
I didn't know if it was like a dementia situation where.
So the two men had ended up sharing a house after Perez split from his wife and father, also separated. They found his father wasn't suited in the rules of a senior citizen community. So he is old, but not quite old
Okay.
enough to go into a senior citizen. They muddled along together, getting on each other's nerves, but never for too long. Both held real estate licenses. They said they lived largely separate lives, but with their own interests and friends. But they both admired their dog, a fluffy husky border collie mix called Margot.
Oh,
They cooked her special
cute sounding
meals and
dog.
took special care of her.
Oh.
On August 7th, the father, then aged 71, left the home with Margot to check the mailbox down the street, or so his son thought. A few minutes later, the dog came back, and the older man did not. Perez, then 53, said he wasn't overly concerned as his fiercely independent father knew many people around the area where they lived for years and would often make visits without saying where he was going. But when he still hadn't come by the following afternoon, Perez called the non-emergency police line and someone reported seeing his father. In case someone had in
Okay.
case someone had reported seeing his father. I just want to know if there's an elderly man walking in the neighborhood or sometimes maybe he get disoriented. Let me know. It may be my father. That's it, he told CNN.
Okay.
The community service officer who took the call, Joanna Pina said she felt something was off. She didn't seem very worried about his father missing, and he kept rambling off to different topics that was not about the missing person report. She recalled 4 years later an illegal deposition taken for Perez's civil case for damages. Pina and her supervisor, CPL, Corporal
Yeah,
Sheila Foley,
corporal. Yep.
went to follow up at the Perez home, where both seemed taken aback by the state of the house. According to footage from body cameras, they saw possessions piled up and construction work going on. So maybe they were just remodeling their bathroom. I don't know what that means. Construction work going on?
Yeah,
You
maybe.
didn't do it in a manner that would be somewhat normal, Foley said to Perez when describing removing a wall unit from the older man's room. She followed up, "Are you sure you didn't argue with your dad?" On body cam footage, Perez told them he was tired as he stumbled over some of his words, tried to explain why he kept on working after oh, why he kept on working after his dad had left, and why his dad's possessions were in a messy heap.
Okay. So
Officers
they're
called for
seeing a house that's in
reinforcements.
disarray.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're kind of thinking. So officer called for reinforcements. First a sergeant and then detectives. More questions were asked. Perez agreed to go to the police station to help figure out where his dad might be. At this stage, no one is alleging police had done anything wrong. Elderly man was missing. His son called for help, but often veered into tangents, talking about the work he was doing on the house or the dog's diet. So he kind of seemed obsessed with just like talking about the dog in the
Weird
house.
shit. Hmm.
Yeah. When detectives questioned Perez, police sought a search warrant. So, Detective Robert Miller asked Perez to accompany officers to the Fontana Police Department, a single-story building. Perez remembers the first 90 minutes or so of questioning with Miller and other officers. Uh, so, by the time Perez's father had been gone for about 24 hours, a second interrogation began with Miller, and the tone had changed. So, this dude ended up spending 17 hours in an interrogation booth.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Um, Detectives took Perez back to Fontana Police Department in the middle of the day on August 9th and returned him to the interrogation room. Perez told CNN he asked for a lawyer to go home and refused a lawyer, um, contrasting with the certain from police officers. He was not under arrest and could leave, but he was still held there.
So there's some stuff that, yeah, they kind of broke the rules on that. I mean, if somebody, wow.
Yeah. So, um, during his interrogation, they kept saying that they would kill his dog if he didn't admit to killing his father.
What?
Yeah, because he was so obsessed with it, and that I guess
That's
there was
fucked up.
at some point a cadaver dog tipped off in the house, but
That's wild. So where was his
um,
dad?
so
And how long was his dad gone for?
hang on, I'm trying to get to that part. I'm gonna chop this up, but so by this time, at least one of the detectives in Fontana knew that the elder Thomas Perez was alive and well. His daughter had spoken to Miller earlier in the evening while her brother was still in the interrogation room, saying the missing man was in Los Angeles International Airport waiting for a flight to visit her in Oakland, California. Airport
Oh my
officers met him at
God.
the gate and asked him to wait to speak with Fontana officers. They detained him and read him his not Montana,
His
Miranda rights,
Montana rights.
even though, even though he was suspected of no crime. They picked me up, they read me my rights, and my mind going, "What's going on?" That little Perez told CNN. They put me in their car and put me in the back seat, and they started to explain the situation, and I still had no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So he was just sitting at the airport going to visit his daughter. Yeah, the dog came home and
Holy shit.
let me see what end of this is. Yeah, he ended up since they were like doing all kinds of shitty stuff to him, he faked a confession to killing his dad just to get out of it, and like ended up
Wow.
suing them and won $900,000 in a lawsuit. So I just thought that was, I mean, it's obviously horrible, horrible to go through. That's
It
just
is.
awful. Just 17 hours. That's your entire day.
Yeah.
If you sleep 8 hours
That's
a day, that's oh
well,
my
and
God, just sitting in a
chances
room
are
just
that it
being
was overnight
harassed.
too.
Yeah, it's just such a horrible story.
Wow. I mean, you and I, big supporters of law enforcement. We have a lot of law enforcement friends,
Yeah,
family,
you
colleagues, all of
definitely
those
need them, but
things.
there are some bad ones. Like,
There are some bad ones. It's
well,
just
most of them are good. Most of them are
sad.
great people, but
Yeah. This
a
got out
few
of
bad
control.
apples ruin the bunch. It seems like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
that's what most people think. I don't personally. I don't think that. I think most police officers are good people, but the few
Yes.
bad apples make the bunch hard to buy. If you're
Well,
that makes any sense.
unfortunately, when there's a bad apple in the bunch, then it makes all the other apples look bad and suspect. And
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be that way because for the most part, they're good guys and good people. But wow, that's an unfortunate, nice windfall for him, though. $900,000 when you didn't commit any crime at all.
I'd rather get hit by a Walmart truck like Tracy
Not,
Morgan. I have to go through
oh,
that. That's
he got a lot of money. I don't know, though.
he
If I
got a
knew I was going to
lot of
get a
fucking
big
money.
settlement out of it,
I don't know that because I think it's pretty rare that people go through
yeah,
injustices like that and actually get
yeah,
the payout.
true. That's a good
I'd
point.
rather because if you get hit by a Walmart truck and the dude's texting and driving, it's a close case. Like
Yeah, that's true.
you're gonna get a payout, but
Yeah,
I think this is a little more scary. I'd rather
yeah,
I'd rather have a limp than have to think about like if the judge is feeling good that day. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. I don't know. Physical pain. I deal with physical people in, chronic physical pain all day, every day. And it's, it's a no
Yeah.
joke.
Convince the doctor to get you some Percocets, make you happy. It's fine.
Yeah. Till you run out. And then you realize you're addicted to them and you're like, damn it, now I got to go score some heroin off the street. Kidding.
I think fentanyl's cheaper.
Yeah. You just might accidentally die from it because you got too much.
I don't understand, like, if just a a needlehead amount will cause you an overdose. How do people recreationally take it?
I
That
don't have
doesn't
a
make any
clue.
sense to me.
Same.
Like,
Same. I don't get it either.
how do you build a tolerance to it if you look at it, it kills you? Like,
Right.
I don't
It's
understand.
wild. It's wild. Do you have a chaser to round out this fun little happy hour episode? Or I should say happy
Hmm.
half hour because we're almost at a half an hour.
I think I do. Let me double check and see what the name is, but
Okay.
I think it's called the Roast Battle League.
Oh,
It's just called Roast Battle on YouTube, but it's set up and organized kind of like a UFC tournament. Like they go
okay.
to individual like they'll go to Denver, they'll go to like big metropolitan areas and they have like an official league set up with people ranked at different, like, they'll have brackets and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
people call each other out, kind of like the UFC, and it's just random comics that you'd never heard before that go and roast each other, and they have like time to
Okay.
prepare, but it's set up like a professional fight where
Okay.
like there's championships and like this guy holds the title right now and he's going against this underdog and stuff like that. So it's
That's
pretty
cool.
interesting. There's a lot of really funny, messed up like roasts that are said in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've being a 20-something-year-old man, you make fun of your friends a lot, and so I've gotten some good jokes from that to make fun of my friends with. So
Nice. Nice. Oh,
yes, what's
goodness.
your chaser?
Oh gosh, my chaser is we found a new show that's on HBO Max called Duster. The entire season hasn't been released yet. It just popped up one day and we were like, what's this about? And it's a guy he works like organized crime and he's a driver for them. And then there's an FBI agent who is trying to get the guy that is the head of this organized crime thing. It's set in the 70s, so like everybody's old cars, old clothes, but it's pretty cool. It's been fun to watch, so I would check it
Interesting.
out. Yeah. And Duster as in like the old school Plymouth Duster car. The driver
Mm,
drives that. So,
that's cool. I
yeah.
love me a good old muscle
I
car.
think you would like it.
Little
I
hot
think you
rod.
would like it. Yeah. It's a
I
decent
have to
show.
check it out. What's it on again?
Yeah. Max.
What? Max? Okay.
Max. Yep.
Speaking of
All right.
Max, I
Well,
wish the new season of Last of Us wasn't so bad.
it was bad. I haven't watched any of it
I'm
yet.
not a huge fan of it right now.
Oh. I'm waiting for it to be done.
I it, it's different because I've played the game multiple times. So I've played
Okay.
both 1 and 2. I think I've played them 2 times in a row. So it just like the show doesn't. It's like reading a book and watching a show, and the book is bad, or the book is better
Okay.
than the show. But
So
I
it'll
mean,
probably be fine for me because I'm not familiar with the game.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think it'd be fine for you, but
Okay.
the game is just so much better. But yeah,
All right.
I'd recommend everyone watch it. I mean, season 1 is 100 times better, but I if they try and do a season 3, I'm gonna be so upset because there's no third game.
Oh.
Don't
Well,
try and if they try and do a season 3, I will not watch it.
they're
I'm not
likely
gonna
going
contribute to
to.
that.
It's a hit show. You got to
But
monopolize
the
on
reason
that.
it's a hit show is because the people that play the game, I feel like
Oh.
it's.
Yeah.
I feel like the game player base is what's kind of like leading the show's numbers. Like
Okay. Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I can't really tell, but if they do a season 3, I will be so upset. I will boycott it.
Okay.
I'll
All
send
right.
them emails.
We'll keep that in mind.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out with us for another happy hour, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Go check us
Patreons,
out.
for supporting us.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends
All
to
right.
support us as well. And join Patreon.
Send them a link. Send them a link. There's a little share button
Exactly.
somewhere on our page. Just hit that
Yep.
button.
Awesome.
All right.
Love you,
Later,
bud. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, friends. Thank you for supporting our podcast. Please share our show with your brutal and bizarre friends. Give us a boozy follow on your favorite podcast platform. If you're feeling extra generous, we'd appreciate a 5-star rating or review as well. But maybe do that sober so all the letters are in the right place.
You can find all our contact information in the show notes. We love hearing from you, and if you're interested in helping us stock the bar for our future boozy episodes, you can find our Patreon link in the show notes as well.